Wah. I've just drew done. I've just done a horizontal line across there. And it's just going to be some plain old fields and bushes and stuff. I'm going to wet, I think, you know what, I'm going to wet the old paper and come all the way down and wet the lot. That's it, just wet the lot. And actually, looking at that, not a bad little sky colour on there. Right, I'm going to get some yellow. There's some green in this yellow, so I'm going to have to add a tiny bit of red just to take that green out. That's it, that's funny. Right, so my yellow, I'll just come in there like that, across there. I'll come up there like that. Right, what shall I do now? This yellow, I'll put a bit of red in it now and make it a nice orange. There we are. That's going into a nice orange now. Lovely jubbly. Then I'll add some purple in and a bit of red. Mix that bit so it's a reddy purple. That's it. And bring that in. Yeah, that's quite happy with that. Then I'll bring some pure purple in. Right, from this corner here. Just a pure purple light. It's got a bit of a mucky colour, but I don't really mind. And then I'm going to bring in a bit of blue into that as well. Just a bit. So I should have a few nice colours in that. Right. Now I might tip that way and just let it soak that way a bit. See what happens. Just let it soak that way. I think that's going to work. A nice sip of my coffee while I'm doing that. There's a lot of these conspiracy theorists saying that the world's round, but scientists will tell you the world's flat. That's why I measure my horizon line. That's 3 inch up and 3 inch up, so it's flat. If the world were round, it'd be curved a bit, wouldn't it? So always listen to science. Don't listen to these conspiracy theorists, because they're probably wrong, you know what I mean? They're wrong about that. There's no way the world's round. Everybody knows that. Right. I've still got this blue on my brush. Tap it into it. Just let me dab that on some paper, see what it looks like. So I'm thinking, shall I have a bit? I'll take it a bit more purpley, something like that. Let's have a look. That's looking quite nice. So this is just some distant hills, quite far away. I'll just come all the way across with that. See how I'm doing that? Just sort of, the less strokes you do, the better. It's like in life. When you're painting, the less strokes you have, the better. In life, the less strokes you have, the better. You don't want to be having strokes. So think of your paintings like your life. The less strokes, the better. Fiddling. If you're fiddling about, fiddling is what violin players do. Not artists. So if you're learning to play violin, get yourself fiddling. But if you're not, don't be fiddling on this stuff. Right, I think now I'm going to do something in here. Might be a bit too wet, I don't know. All I've done, I've got that same colour and I've added a bit of green to it. So it's that bit of green's darkened it up a bit. I think I'll come up there. I've got to try and make sure this don't fade out too much as it dries. I think I'll be alright, I think so. And then with that, I'm going to add a tiny bit more green, tiny speck of yellow to it. I think I'm going to pull that out into a bit of a sort of farmer's field. Let's get a bit more water on my brush. Pull that out into a bit of a farmer's field there. That's it. See that bit of yellow what's dripped down mixing in? I think that looks quite nice. I'll go all the way across with that. This white bit here, I've put even more water in, and I'm hoping it's just going to look really, really misty. So I do like that. I like that. Right. Tell you what, let's just bring that. No, I'll miss that down there. I'll have that at a slant, and then I'll bring my next bush up and over like that. So here comes my next bush. Bit of purple, bit of green, bit of yellow in, get a mucky sort of purplish, greenish, yellowish colour. I still want it quite muckyish. Let's try that. That's nice. I'm going to add a bit of blue in. It's too watery. I've come across, but it's too watery. See how that's thicker than that one? This one's closer, so this one's got a bit thicker one. So I'll just mix some more paint up and go again. So I'll put in a load of purple into my Hooker's green, and then I'm mixing a bit of Hooker's green in with purple. See what happens. So let's try that. So I'll come into that again like that. And then what I think I'll do, mix a bit more green in. Just pop the odd bits of extra green in places. Because I need a tiny bit more green in this bit to make it stand out a bit from that one, because this one's closer. I've even popped in there, just dip my brush into a bit of yellow, just to bring it up closer. Yeah. And then I think what I'm doing now, dip my brush into some more yellow. Right, what shall we have now? Let's have this one now, so to come in this way. So I'll have my big bit this side, this one. That's looking nice. Well, actually now, what I wanted to do will go up there, but not to worry. What I'll do, I'll soften that in. Just bring that in there and soften that in. That shouldn't be a problem, shouldn't be. Squeeze that in. Now, just wash that out. Right, wash my brush out. I'll wash some of this colour away here. Didn't want that in there, really. Won't matter. Squeeze my brush out, I want it quite dry now. Right, so I'll mix some more Hooker's green up. And mix some yellow in this time. So it's a mucky Hooker's green. I'll mix some yellow in. That's nice. Come in with that. I think I'll come in with that all the way along. Like that. And I think what I'll do. Oh God. That's too watery as well. Too much water on my brush. I think all I'm going to do is put some purple in it to dull it in a minute. That's it. I need some of this purple. Just on these bottom bits, just to dull it in places. So it's not too geary. There we are. That's alright, I think. That'll look alright. I think it does. Then I'll go back into my yellow. Nice yellow field down here. Right, so that's quite an abstract sort of picture there. Squeeze that brush out. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to just dry it and have a look at it, see what I think. Let's have a sip of coffee. abstract picture. I don't know if you can see it on there, but there's these little bobbly patterns in here. That's just because it's cheap cartridge paper. Most of my sheets haven't done that, but every now and then I get a sheet what's not quite as good a quality as the rest of the book, and it does that, and it sort of ruins your painting really. Well, this is just to teach you how to paint, so I'm not going to try and sell this or out, so I don't suppose it really matters. I'm tempted to put another layer in here, but I'm looking at that and it looks like the sun's sort of hitting it there and making that look light. I think I will. It does look a little bit too thin though, so I think I'll put a little bit in there. A bit of lighter colour. Something like that. Just a bit. Like that. See, this is what you call a glaze now, so I'm glazing over a bit. So if you look at something and you think, I've gone a darker green here, like on this side, left it yellow there to reflect the sort of sky. But if ever you're looking at out and you think it needs a bit of something, you can put a little glaze on. So now that's sort of really abstract field and bit of land, and I don't think that needs outhouse. I like that. You look at it, your eye's doing all the work. This here, if you look closely, it doesn't look anything like an hedgerow, but because that's blurry and abstract, instead of looking at that properly, it takes your eye into it more, into this area more, what's where you want it to go. Even here it looks like there might be an edge there, but you can't quite tell. But because it's all blurry, you don't need your detail here. You want to be going into the picture there, looking at towards focal point. What's really focal point in this is this sunset around this sort of area. So I really like that. That would look lovely in a frame. Yeah, I was going to suggest putting a few little sheep in and that, but not. It'll just take your eye to this area or this area and make a different focal point. I like the focal point here. I don't think it needs, not every painting needs a lot going on. You can get a really nice painting with next to nothing. I love that. I think that's really nice. So, that's sorted. I'm going to do now. I'll just here, I'm going to put a B and a D. B. D. Bertie D. Right, and where shall I put them? Peter and Paul are out looking for worms. Oh, Peter and Paul, they're living in poverty. All they can afford to eat is worms. I feel so sorry for them. I'm having fish fingers, chips and beans today. They're having worms again. Wagwa. Right, okay. Can you see that bomb? Let me just lift that up a bit. There, that's that. That's that bottom bit that's nice and abstract. You can see it there. Just lift it up, make sure you can see it, yeah. So, I like that. I love it. I really love that. Dead simple, but I love it. Yeah, just pity that paper's done that. The marks in there, I don't know if you can see them on there. Little marks everywhere. Anyway, I'll see you on beach. Wagwa!